In this video, we're going to look at one of my favorite subjects, organization, organizing things, how this skill set can help us in our daily lives and in our hobbies. Yet, is organizing for everybody? Isn't it just common sense? You may think, I've got a very basic hobby. Can organizing it really help me? Well, let's find out if we can help each other, and just maybe you can think of your hobby in a new light. Or maybe it'll just be a little bit more organized. We will definitely be covering a lot of these following categories in their own separate videos. But in essence, if you start organizing elements of your hobbies, they become easier, more efficient, and allow you to enjoy more of your hobby without having to worry about other things. We've covered this in a prior video, but I wanted to touch briefly on the fact that organizing can help with one's time management and scheduling. This allows you to prepare, form a routine, and it definitely helps those who have motivational problems. Money and cash flow are always on our minds. Sometimes we feel the funds we have aren't enough for us to enjoy a hobby. But organizing your incoming and outgoing funds allows you to see when and how much you have spare for your hobbies and other activities. Maybe every so often take stock of your spendings. Maybe you make a spreadsheet or seven. This will allow you to see how much income you've got, to apply specifically to your hobby. Don't be worried if your funds mean you can do less with your hobby. There's always a means to do a hobby on a budget and still get a lot of fun out of it. Keeping as many elements of your hobby organized allows for consistency, not to mention having your equipment and other elements of your hobby packed prior to taking part in the hobby allows for consistency of routine, not to mention you're less likely to forget anything. But let's face it, if you're anything like me, you always forget something. Making sure aspects of your life and hobby are organized means you have to worry and stress less when taking part, which means you're more motivated to take part in it. As sometimes, taking up a new hobby, progressing it can be stressful and daunting. As such, you don't want to worry about the small things. If you organize them, they're going to be less of a worry for you. With this in mind, let's look at some of the ways I like to organize my hobbies. Now, these aren't specific to any, hobby, but these are some of my go-to means of helping me organize and enjoy my hobbies. I think calendars are some of the most overlooked organizational tools. Maybe they should have their own public holiday so we can respect their usefulness. No? It doesn't matter if you use a paper calendar, a computer, or even your phone's calendar. They all have the same purpose. They allow you to organize your day, your week, your month, maybe even the entire year. It can be used as a quick reference of things that can occur today or just simply need doing. If you're not currently using a calendar, give it a go. Start with using it for doctor's appointments or maybe when you want to devote some time to your hobby and just see if it's right for you. One of the things I do when I get started with a hobby is to organize and store any equipment to do with it. And store it in one place that's actually quite easily accessible and manageable. You can even make, say, a list of equipment you've organized so you know exactly what's stored in that location. You would be surprised how many things you can store just for one hobby. For hobbies that require travel or require to be out and about at certain times, having a go bag can be useful. A go bag is a bag containing everything you need for your hobby, all pre-packed, so all you need to do is grab it and go. You can even make this the night before at an appropriate time for your selected hobby. I also like to do research regarding my hobby. For example, when I'm traveling on the train, the reason for this is that the more I know about the hobby, the more organized I can be. I can focus my attention on certain aspects of the hobby instead of unorganized and placing too much focus into too many areas. Not to mention research gives us more knowledge, understanding, and aids us further in organizing and enjoying the hobby. Okay, a lot of these tips are pretty much what I obsessively do with my hobbies, but hopefully some people might try and find it useful. Okay, spreadsheets. I honestly have a spreadsheet for every aspect of my life. Maybe this is a bit of a problem. Nah. The reason being, I love to organize information, create tasks and objective lists, and store and calculate data. This can all be done in a spreadsheet. Say you're really into archery as your new hobby. Maybe you have a competitive side to you and you want to get better. You can record your games, note your scores, and allow you to see your progression with regards to accuracy at various distances. When taking up a new hobby, keep in mind how it will impact certain aspects of your condition, how you will need to change and adapt routines, and how reorganizing certain aspects of your life to fit in with the hobby. So, they don't impact you or others. This could be as simple as that. Say, you need to take your meds at 7 a.m., but your new hobby requires you to be out the house by 5. As such, I would organize the night before, making sure I packed the morning meds into a bag so I could take those meds while out at the appropriate time. Now, we all have needs, preferences, and wants. Make sure when taking up a new hobby that these are taken into account. Don't impact your health and ensure you take care. Now, I have my own conditions, but I'm passionate about inclusion and people having the confidence to take part in their hobbies. But I don't imply that I have the understanding of all conditions, but hopefully, my experience with my own conditions and general learning can help others. So let's look at a few random hobbies and how organizing a few aspects of them can help you with your hobby and maybe have more time to enjoy it than say how you could do it and apply it to your own. So board and card games, they have a lot of individual parts ranging from the boards, the game pieces. You can have thousands of cards with these deck building games, so it's very easy to lose them or not be able to find specific parts. Take some time to put things in order. Organize your hobby means more, it's difficult to lose those parts. You can find what you need and you can get going quicker when you're actually wanting to participate in your hobby. So, for example, you are arranging a games night where you invite friends around to play board and card games, have some good food and drink, but this can take so much time to get on the calendar and actually set up the games. So why would you want not to, have everything organized beforehand? Get a chat group going, know ahead of time, people's preferences on what games they want, what snacks, and have a go bag ready. Organizing the games prior to the day. This will maximize the time at this amazing game that you're going to have that isn't spent just finding pieces and setting up the actual games, just because one key piece has gone missing. It's almost like when you spend time organizing, things get smoother, less prone to issues, and you have more time to actually enjoy the hobby itself. Now, with our next hobby, let's cover sports. Now, you might be thinking, what is there to organize here? Yet every hobby has something that we need to organize besides ourselves. There's equipment, clothes, footwear, snacks, first aid kits. What if you're cycling? You've got your cycling kit and the bike itself. So why wouldn't you want to organize all of that? My favorite method with any hobby is that before the day, I will focus on getting ready the night before. I just get my checklist, make sure I've got what I need in a convenient place or a go bag. Then on the day, I can focus on the things that need to be done at that specific time. That way, I'm not rushing around because I forgot something. Make life easier for yourself. Think about elements of your hobby you can organize. Make sure you can maximize the time spent on your hobby without issue. So, that was a brief look at organizing our hobbies. Now, in the comment section, let me know what your hobby is and how you organize things to make it all come together. Or if you've got any organizing or video suggestions, feel free to put those in the comments as well. Fellow hobbyists that share my passion for hobbies and organizing things, leave your tips and tricks in the comments as these could help other people too, or even help myself. I'm always looking for new ways to support my hobby and organizing it. It's just a full-time job at this point. You can even just simply put your hobby in the comments and the community will post ways of organizing and helping you. Although putting this much effort into organizing isn't a requirement, there are some hobbies that have a lot of moving parts. And if you're a long time hobbyist, you could be collecting larger quantities of things, equipment, etc., that just need to be organized. Taking on board these tips and asking yourself from time to time how organizing can help me is going to be easier and therefore hopefully give you more time to enjoy your hobby. Now, feel free to leave your tales of hobby organizing in the comments. Feel free to like and subscribe if you wish to see more of this content, and I'll see my fellow hobbyists in the next video. Stay tuned to the channel as I'm going to be releasing what I'm calling unhinged versions of these videos. These will be very unscripted ramblings, as I still do mask and camouflage in a lot of these videos with short scripts to just keep me on track. As such, for those who can withstand the chaos, the unhinged versions might be for you, and less masking is always a blessing. See you in the next one.